Now, the Philippines is the world's second top producer of coconut. Now, coconut is known for its versatility for uses like food, fuel, medicine, and even building materials. But do you know that its versatility in our cuisine? Well, do you know of it rather? Well, Ninang Riza Matibag-Muyot, the coconut queen herself, tells us what's cooking. Ninang Chef, welcome to Beautiful Day. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. Magandang umaga, beautiful day to all our listeners.
Sanay na sanay si
beautiful
Ninang
morning.
Riza.
Galing eh. I am so happy you're here. You're such a joy to talk to, and listening to you is just fantastic. So I want to start off first with this new era of yours. 1 year old na po ang CocoKusina, give or take. And when we take a look at how it came to be, can you tell us a bit more about why this particular push, yung direction na to for CocoKusina?
Before anything else, don't call me Coconut Queen.
Yes.
I don't like the title. I don't like to be a queen. I'm just a steward. Tagapag-alaga.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
Tagapag-promote, an advocate of coconut and Philippine arts, culture, and ecology.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
So what about CocoKusina? CocoKusina started actually only early this year when the DTI visited my restaurant in Silang Cavite. It's Mana Kitchen in Shambala, Silang. We are serving heritage food with coconut, and then they tasted the kulawo ng Quezon. This is puso ng saging with smoked coconut.
Ooh.
And
Sounds so
so they asked me, they're going to Korea that time and doing some coconut exposition because before they are just, bringing the bottles, the packaging, the packages with this coconut oil, all coconut products. And so they thought that it would be better if we can have a kitchen who will prepare the food. So I created this initially as a test kitchen or a laboratory for the experimentation, research of heritage dishes with coconut.
Okay.
And then so that when we go to this exposition, to this fair, here and abroad, we can present the coconut as a dish. And then these are the products that we use in preparing this dish.
Okay.
But more than that, now we've realized that it's not just a laboratory. It
Yes.
is actually a platform or a tool not only for empowering the coconut farmers, but also for culinary innovation and arts, because recently we had the first gastronomy art at Manila Art, the National Art Fair, where we installed like a living art, which is food, and I am with our famous potter Ugo Bigyan, who had who did the plates, and we did the tablescape, and of course Agi Pagkatipunan, who did the wooden tables, sculptural tables, and Danny Rayos del Sol is the ostrich egg. So we lighted the whole with the ostrich eggs. So it's a combination of table art and food art. So this is the first gastronomy art that was presented in Manila Art and maybe even in the country.
But Ninang Riza, before CocoKusina came to be, you were already championing Philippine coconuts, diba? You were using it in your dishes. What started your love for coconuts talaga?
I love
Paano to
coconut.
nagsimula?
I really, really love coconut because I was born in the coconut land of Quezon at the foot of Mount Banahaw. My grandmother, Lola Badang, first taught me using this coconut in our kitchen. And of course, I was sent to college by the coconut. Because I am a CocoFed scholar. So with Ugo Bigyan, also a CocoFed scholar, that's why we bring together the coconut art on the table.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually a way of giving back to the industry
Right.
that help us to become who we are.
Okay.
How much has coconuts actually, or until now, working with coconuts, helped you reconnect with who you are? It feels like this is probably one of the biggest fuels sa buhay mo, considering where we are right now.
Yes, because my grandfather is a coconut farmer.
Yeah.
And the only way that he can give me is an education. And when I passed the CocoFed scholarship program, then that was the start. I studied accountancy. Actually, I'm not really a chef before.
Yeah.
It was just my hobby, but I'm actually a financial advisor. I'm a CFO, and so my first job is SGV and Company. So I'm a
Okay.
finance guy. So it was coconut who made me who I am from finishing college to having my career
Opo.
to being also doing this advocacy on culture and the arts. All the things that I earned came from my education, which comes from the coconut.
Yeah. And now you're championing it
Yeah.
in
Yes,
this
and-
era.
Yes, and I have been looking for 40 years for something to do to help
Okay.
the coconut industry. And I cannot find anything. Like I joined so many organizations about coconut. But then this time when the DTI offered me to promote coconut via cooking, and so I think this is it. This
Yeah.
is it. And this is because coconut is a great connection, connecting people, connecting culture, and connecting communities, and even to the world. Because I was able to go to like Amman, Jordan to do food exposition because also of coconut.
So it's a passion fueled by coconuts talaga. No?
Yes.
And then you create coconut heritage dishes. You make coconut heritage dishes. What are your most notable coconut dishes under your name?
Right now, I have been promoting the Calabarzon heritage dishes.
Okay.
So there are 4. So from Calabarzon, Cavite, we have kohol sa gata because I get my kohol from Cavite. So this is escargot with kangkong, and then you sprinkled it with pickled ubod ng nyog.
Oh my gosh,
In a
that sounds so good.
canapé, in a wonton canapé. So I use the 5. I also now reinventing the 5 core ingredients from coconut.
Uh-huh.
So coconut oil, coconut vinegar, coconut milk, coconut sugar, and coconut aminos. And the mission is to make this core ingredients, the Coco core, a staple in every kitchen, be it restaurant, be it in our home, here in the Philippines and around the world. So that's our mission.
I am so upset po that you have guested here. Habang nakadiet po ako ngayon, ang hirap po to listen to all of that because it sounds so delicious.
And to continue,
Okay,
what
go
are
ahead.
the other dishes?
Yes.
So, but you know, kohol is also a heritage dish of the Calabarzon.
Yes, po.
I represent Cavite for that. And then we have the apta sa gata. Do you know what apta is?
After no.
Apta is like the small shrimp, specifically from Lake Palakpakin of San Pablo, Laguna. I also live in San Pablo, Laguna, so I'm also a Lagoeño. And so some of the other, also in Quezon, there are rivers. So these freshwater small shrimps, we actually cook it with coconut milk and
Okay.
spices, but we put it in a different way. Later, I will discuss to you the reinvention of Manapulutan style. But now, and then the another dish is the kulawon ng Quezon, which I learned from my grandmother.
Okay.
So that is coconut milk. You smoke the coconut milk. How do you do that? Then we have to grate the coconut milk, grilled it, and after grilling, get the coconut milk, and then you cook the puso ng saging with that. And that's, of course, with the spices.
Kakagutom naman yan, Ninang Riza.
Yeah, and then of course, we have also the tulingan, sinantulan for Batangas.
Ooh.
Because we have the sinaing na tulingan,
Ah.
you fried it, and then you pair it with the santol sa gata, so sinantulan. So those are the 4 dishes that I presented to IPEX,
Yes.
to even to Jordan, to Amman Jordan in the
Yeah.
Jordan International Festival.
It's insane. Everything you mentioned, it sounds so good and
I love
so great.
sinantolan.
I love
Can
it.
I just say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the what I love about how you told that story po is that you also talk about its origins, where it comes from,
Yeah.
specifically the region. When we talk about how it helps us connect to yung culture natin, to yung heritage
Yeah.
natin, just how important is that factor when you come up with your dishes, and at the same time to remind us kung saan tayo nanggaling.
Because our food is who we are. our food is what we become. It represents not only our culture but our character, our traits.
Right.
For example, we have kilaw. Kilaw or kinilaw. Kilaw is actually the art of eating fresh food.
Yes.
So kinilaw from kilaw, you have kinilaw. And do you know that kinilaw is the oldest Filipino dish?
Yes.
And it is
Yeah.
even the precursor. Hindi tayo ang nanggaya ng ceviche and the sashimi
Yeah,
because
nauna
it
tayo.
dates back 1,000 years ago pa. So, tayo pa ang nagsimula niyan because, and that is from vinegar. And what else can we get the vinegar? From coconut. And even the inasal of the in Bacolod, the heritage food of the mga taga Bacolod, it's not as good if it's not marinated
Yes.
with coconut vinegar.
Yeah.
So, so our heritage for coconut, it is like a cultural icon already.
Okay.
And one of the number one, you must say, staple crop or export in terms of in our agriculture.
You know, I think the great thing here is that I'm learning so much, Anne, and she actually coined a couple of terms
Yes.
that we can actually use today because it feels so educational.
Oo, cocoa literacy, and cocoa power. Can you discuss these terminologies?
Yeah, cocoa literacy, it's about educating people or giving lectures, demonstration on the coconut food. It's also about giving the benefits of the coconut.
Yeah.
Because there are so many health benefits that we can get from coconut. For example, we have, the tuba itself, it's the coconut sap coming from the coconut fluorescent. It has, it's a prebiotic. Prebiotic meaning it's if the prebiotic has insulin, that when you took it, then it becomes the food for the good bacteria, and it's very good for our gut.
Okay.
So, and it's good for diabetic and ganyan. So that's why right now we are trying to concoct or mix drinks with this coconut sap with prebiotics, and we have successfully mix an aperitif for the Filipino. You know, the other countries like France, they have this aperol, the champagne, but we should have our own. And through tuba, and then we mix it with a balsamic vinegar, and then we can create our own aperitif or prebiotic drink for energy and for digestion.
Grabe.
Parang gusto kong i-sample yun.
Oo nga eh.
Yeah, we have a sample
Oh
later.
my
goodness.
goodness.
which
All
you
right,
can
there you go.
taste.
You know,
So-
when we were talking about, you mentioned it a while ago po, yung Manila art a
Yeah.
while ago. And it's already finished. It ran from 15 to 19.
Yes.
But what were the things that you felt were some of the highlights from that particular event? Because there's so many great speakers, so many great lectures. And what did that remind you of your own advocacy?
Well, number one, when we think of art, we always showcase a painting
Yeah.
or a sculpture or anything that is for decoration for the house. But we forgot that, food is art. Gastronomy is art. So I thought of why don't we present food as an art and install food with the collaboration with the vessels like the plates and the tables and everything, so that we don't just eat, may ambiance, hindi
Yeah.
lang hindi lang yung kinakain natin, because only maybe how many percent of the Filipinos would love art, because
Yeah.
they think that only the one that are those who are affluent can afford art. But in everyday life we can have art in our food. So that is the reason why I'm presenting like this one. This is the pottery of Ugo Bigyan.
Okay.
And then these are the sample of our food. So it's an art.
So we're
you know?
showing it right now. Ito po yung pottery, as mentioned a while ago, and some of the food. And you mentioned food is art. And
Yes.
the plating,
art. When you look at it, it's just
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
Yeah, and then we use also our leaves, like banana leaves, like the pandan leaves, and to top it all, we presented it in a manapulutan style.
Wow.
So-
Okay, so the manapulutan style, how can you describe that?
Okay, manapulutan is a new food concept that I introduce.
Okay.
Okay. Pulutan, when you talk about pulutan, what will you think or remember? Pulutan is what for you?
Pulutan
Finger
for
food,
me.
appetizer.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
well, it's an accompaniment for alcohol.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that is the version of the Filipino. So that's why when I asked my husband, maybe I should use pulutan. No, but it's about alcohol. But no. When I further research about pulutan, pulutan means pulot, to grab.
To grab.
Okay.
Yes.
So meaning finger foods.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a way of serving food in small plates.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're not it's the version, it's a Filipino version of tapa. But so even the tapas of Spain.
Tapas, yes.
Yeah, tapas of Spain, because in Spain it's cultural that they drink while they're having their meals.
Yes.
And they always eat in small plates. So they call it tapas. So it's a way of serving. So here I was challenged by IPEX to present the food in cocktails form.
Okay.
So I made, for example, the apta. It is served in a platter.
Okay.
But now we put it in banana leaves with on top,
Yeah.
the apta, and then the garnishing. So I developed this system of presenting heritage food in small plates. So mana pulutan means mana for heritage, pulutan in serving in small plates. So that's the meaning of mana pulutan.
Okay, that's perfect. So right now, Ate Eileen, thank you so much. Coming in. Actually, they have more food coming in. This is a
This
never-ending
is like
buffet.
a buffet.
Oh, this is a
of
never-ending
mana
buffet.
pulutan.
Wow, I am so.
So we're going to give it
wow.
a try.
Yes. So
but
could you describe po, what we
Yes.
have in front of us
Okay.
here? So we'll start off from this side going there.
Okay, so what we have on that plate is actually inasal. Inasal is usually the quarter leg of a chicken, but we make it in skewer
Okay.
for small serving, so alaman na pulutan style.
Okay.
And then the sisig, we also put it in skewer. So instead of, just making it in small pieces, so we put it in barbecue style. And then here, we have there the apta. It's rice toppings with mango and the popping mango buba on it. Then we have that one with the puso ng saging. That's the apta. Yeah.
So that's the apta, the one
Yeah.
yung puso ng saging. Ito po. Right.
This is the apta.
Oh, that's
the one
apta.
that you're holding.
Okay.
Apta sa
Okay.
gata with rice.
Oh,
And that
wow.
one is the kulawo. The one with the cone, the
cone,
banana.
this one, yeah.
That's the kulawo, puso ng saging, cooked in smoked gata. And then we have the canapé, the kohol canapé. Of course, we have some dessert. We always have like
yeah, I'm looking at that one that looks like a kakanin.
yeah,
It's
that's
so
actually
colorful.
that's actually a simple suman.
Okay.
Or our a sticky mango rice with 3 flavors. You have the pandan, the turmeric, and the ube.
Okay.
And then that one on the boat.
I'm gonna give this a try na Ninang Riza.
Yeah.
This is the apta, right? With popping boba on top.
Yes, and mango.
Popping boba.
And fresh mango.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have the tulingan here.
Oh my God, this is
The
fantastic.
tulingan. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But of course,
Ano
you have to
fantastic.
try the tubasuka.
Tubasuka.
Actually, this is our aperitif.
Oh my God,
Or
this is so
aperol.
good. Hold on.
Okay, wait lang ha.
Ang
Nawala
sarap
po yung
nito.
co-host ko po.
Ninang Riza, this is so good.
Nawala yung co-host ko. So, the tubasuka. Can you
Yeah.
pass one, Ann?
Sure. You're gonna give it a try?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
try the
Okay, there you
suka.
go.
So that's made of tubak.
Okay.
Tubak comes from the flour of the coconut. So there are 3 products coming from the coconut flour. You know? So the tuba is
Fantastic.
the mother of this product.
Wait, just to be sure, I drink this straight. Tama.
Not necessarily you can drink it straight.
I
It's
can-
non-alcoholic.
Okay. Kasi naka-shot glass po eh. So, yung,
Yeah.
yung
Because-
inclination ko, i-shoot
Yeah,
ka
because
agad.
it's supposed to be an aperitif. That's why it's in
aperitif.
shot glasses. But
Alright.
it's not alcoholic. It's made
It's
of
actually sweet.
yes, because the tuba or the coconut sap is really sweet. There's no sugar that we put in the mixture.
It's good.
Yeah.
Because
And
when you
it
said
has
suka, I was
vinegar.
expecting it to be
Oo nga eh.
sour.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, it's sweet.
Because it has vinegar
Mm.
and it has like the tuba. Okay, from the sap, from the coconut sap,
Mm-mm.
after a day it will become naturally fermented and it will become vinegar.
Mm-mm.
Opo.
And then when you put some salt and another fermentation, then it will become amino. And when you caramelize it, it will become sugar. So these three products comes from the coconut sap or the and from the coconut flour.
Mm-mm.
And only the coconut oil and the coconut milk comes from the coconut itself, the matured coconut. So those are the 5 ingredients.
So you've mentioned, Ninang Riza, that you have actually introduced these meals, these dishes to audience overseas, but
Yes,
foreign
yes.
audience. How have they embraced this Filipino coconut culture, coconut cuisine?
Okay, they love it. But of course, for example, other cultures have their own food, they have own food culture. And so when I
Siguro.
went to Jordan, the Filipinos really love the food because they are Filipinos. But then they have another festival coming, and they asked me, so what can we present to the Jordan community? And so I told them maybe because they have they usually have this grilled meat, the kebab.
Yes, kebab.
So they have kebab chicken. So maybe you can use our version of inasal. So you can use
Just
the
like what
coconut.
Pao is trying right now.
That's actually sisig. And then the other one is inasal. So I told them that you can prepare the inasal, and then you can use the coconut vinegar and introduce it to them, and they love it. And then they told
Okay.
me the consul is texting me na it's sold out. Even the Jordanian people love our inasal.
Okay.
So it's a way of like pairing food, because I also introduced the 4 approaches in using coconut products or coconut ingredients. One is the pairing. So if you have, for example, the metse, we have the mana pelutan for the Filipinos. And then, of course, if you have their chicken kebab, we have our inasal.
Yes.
And for infusion, then they can use the coconut vinegar to replace their own vinegar.
Ang sarap nito, Ninang Riza, and we love what you're doing. You know, you're
Wait, nakabalik
championing.
na ako.
You're championing. Sabi mo nga, hindi ka kakain, di ba? Kasi you have this health thing going on.
There was
But-
sisig in front of me.
Yeah, exactly. You just couldn't say no. But we love what you're doing. You're championing Philippine coconut. You're helping the coconut farmers in the country
Yeah.
as well.
How
And
do we go and visit your restaurant? Where
Yep.
can we find it? How can we reach out? And of course, how can we learn more about coconuts and coco literacy?
Okay. CocoKusina, actually, the headquarters is in Silang, Cavite. But I also do my kitchen here in Quezon City in case there are some food exposition here in Metro Manila. So it's in Shambala Silang. Shambala Silang is actually the center for arts, culture, and ecology.
Wow,
So I do there like tours, because we are accredited by the Department of Tourism. We have Ifugao huts to experience really Ifugao living in an authentic Ifugao hut, because we have a mini Ifugao village. We have an indigenous art gallery and museum for contemporary arts also. We have a restaurant called Bana Kitchen, but and then we can serve this food, but we are by reservation
reservation.
only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm also going around,
Right.
also visiting the farms and the farmers, because as a chef, you are not only supposed to cook. You have to know your ingredients, and you have to plant your ingredient.
Yes.
So at Chambala Silang, we also have herbal garden. We can get some of our ingredients from that, like the achuete, like the turmeric in the garden.
You know, before we let you go, Po, because we have to wrap things up, I just want to add on a little fact to all of our viewers here who are already, I'm sure, enthralled by everything that was said. You're also descendant of Mariano Alvarez, General Mariano
Yes.
Alvarez, who also is from Cavite. Kaya yung pagbabalik ninyo, I'm sure, is coming back to your heritage. For those who are not familiar with General Mariano Alvarez, he was one of the key revolutionary figures in Philippine history, and of course, leader of yung faction na Magdiwang dati.
Yes.
And because of that, by marriage, you are related to Andres Bonifacio as well. So, grabe, we have
Grabe
a
yung history,
hero.
right?
We have a
Yeah.
hero here in the
Yes.
building. There's hero's blood that runs through you, and it's so heroic what you're doing for Philippine cuisine and for coconuts in general. So, I just want to say maraming salamat po. And before we wrap things up, Anne loves asking this question at
Yes.
the
Yeah.
end of our segments.
Nina Riza, our show is called Beautiful Day. So what makes your day beautiful?
My day is beautiful when I start with CocoKusina, brewing to basuka, and then drinking it with beautiful people like you.
Oh, cheers to that.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much.
Yes.
Ninang, can I just say, dahil sa'yo, sira po diet ko. Pero okay lang po
Cheat
yan.
day today.
Cheat day.
Cheat day,
I
yes.
never do
So
it.
worth
ha?
it.
Thank
I
you so
never do it.
much.
I'm
It's so worth it, Nina
good
Riza,
at
though.
being disciplined. Pero ngayon, wala. Sira.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having me here. Thank you to the Bilyonaryo channel, and I hope I can collaborate with you with my coconut advocacy.
I cannot wait to talk more about it as well. Thank you so much, Ninang. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's cooking. And that was Ninang Riza Matibag-Muyot, of course, of CocoKusina, and an advocate and steward. Thank you.
Thank you.